And welcome back to Carbi Plays. Caves of Could. This is episode. I said it like a few seconds ago and I forgot what number we're on. We're on 4.
4?
We're on 4. I'm Carbi and this is Kobold. And on last episode, we got ambushed. We ran over to the stilt. And we've met a cute salt hopper librarian who is basically a giant mantis. And now it's time to talk to her, and she's my favorite character because every single game she changes species. like she can be any species, like literally any creature in the game. It's great.
And you have lots of books. Why not be friends with a librarian?
Live and learn, Wanderer. Have you come across any books or scrolls in your travels? Do you care to donate one to the Cathedral Library? Whenever you return, you may speak to me and read anything you've donated. Where is the library? Oh, we're in but the first phase of its foundation. The church has amassed a splendid collection of scripts through the years. Glorious Shekinah, praise be upon him, gifted us with several caches. The Eremites work day and night reproducing them in the scriptorium, and I've taken upon myself to beseech travelers, for the rarest finds often come from the least likely places. What use is a library in all this in this salt den, or in the marshes, strangled by wild plants and poisoned by the glow? Wouldn't... Oh, this UI doesn't read it fully, but I know this by heart. The next sentence is, wouldn't a stash of Vine Reaper serve us better than useless old dusty books that are useless and stupid, and that's basically what it says. You share the pessimism of my kin, and several of the priests as well. My heart hears you, but listen to my words, and maybe you will come to feel as I do. To devalue wisdom is to devalue the caffeine sense. She shines in the void, refracting light, illuminating those around her. So does the written wisdom of our elders. The machinery of chromium is complex in its divinity. Don't we do a disservice to our fathers when we remain ignorant of it? Of our past? Of our future? Don't we deserve the joy of knowing? Bless Echladet II, first child, for he believes as I do. I will donate a book. Let's donate these randomly generated ones first. And the Chief of Tattered Parchment. We already read that a little while ago. You'll notice that when you donate books, the librarian gives you like an insightful tip from them. And that tip gives you experience points! This is particularly useful when you're higher level and, a lot of creatures don't give you experience points anymore, but books still do.
How much does your electrical resistance is 0?
It gives us 585 experience points.
It's not too bad.
That's not too bad. Let's donate all these randomly generated ones.
All of them?
Let's donate all of them.
So what's illuminated mean? I like the words that are rainbowy.
Oh yeah, the illuminated is a modifier that can be on books, which makes it 30% more valuable. Illuminated means that there's like cool pictures on it and the calligraphy is very nice. It's like one of those old medieval books where the monks would draw like crazy calligraphy things. It's basically that. Let's keep... Oh, we got a level from that. Nice. Let's keep... I'm gonna keep your electrical resist score as 0 because I just love seeing that. That's my favorite book so far. Da, 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 da. Before taking bloated. Oof. Let's see. Okay. So we'll keep these 3 books because I intend to like read them before we turn them in. Not today. Live and drink. Leveled up, which means we have some experience. We have enough mutation points to gain a new sonic power. Hopefully, sonic power. It may be complete crap because the generation is random, and I didn't take the Esper phenotype, which means when I generate a new ability, it could be of any persuasion, regular or silent.
You might get another head friend.
I might get another head friend. And then I'll need to find a partner to play this game with me so they can provide the voice and decide where to go. Let's mutate. Stinger, Beguiling, or
I get to choose.
Yep. Beguiling makes us like charm a creature, and they permanently become our friend, which isn't a bad thing to have, especially earlier on. Stinger is self-explanatory. It's a stinger. Precognition is one of the strongest though, because it lets you peer into your near future, and you may revert to the point in time when you first used this power. It lets you see into the future, and thus it gives you the incredible power to quick save.
Yes, Control Z.
That's basically what it is. So we'll be taking that one, and watch our Psychic Glimmer score jump as we gain this new power.
So you have to use it 500 turns. And you
the cooldown is 500 turns. So once we use it, we have to wait 500 turns until it pops up again. What you understood to be the Psychic Sea was only a pond. There are other watchers now, countless in number, beyond the gulf of materiality. Points of light glimmer in all directions. What are directions on a space that cannot be ordered? All you know now is of an aether vaster than the very mathematics that describe it. You are not, nor will you ever be again, alone. This is a twist that has now been revealed to the watcher as I'm not alone ever again because I have viewers. You're the ones watching me be cool psychic person and being hunted down.
Why is that text so dark? Is it like a secret?
I think it's supposed to be menacing, but on this UI that they've made, it doesn't reflect very good, that's partly why I also read it out. Our Psychic Glimmer jumped up to 506. Which means, currently you are being watched and pursued by owls, Pateau servants, and birds of psychic prey who snatch espers from the Knighted Weald.
Oh yeah, it was only like 20-something before, wasn't it?
I believe it was like around like 46, something like that. My short-term memory isn't the best, so the viewer will know, but I won't. Let's see. Yeah, the cooldown doesn't go down the stronger it gets. So let's hope we don't get jumped as we explore the bazaar.
Or you could,
That guy's still on fire.
I want to hit the, precog.
Maybe. Right now, I feel pretty good about our chances.
Does it hurt?
Because, okay, so if we get jumped by an extra-dimensional creature, it'll give us a warning. That's when I use the power. But right now, I don't think we're going to die instantly here. Okay, I know it's a sign. I want to know what's on the sign. Thank you. Great Bridge. I think there's supposed to be a vendor here, but they're probably sleeping. Let's go over to this lava weep and get all that free stuff. And then there is one little place I want to visit before we go off screen. Nothing really good. What's over here? A puzzling artifact. That might be worth picking up. I'm surprised the carbide sword isn't on fire. Oh, I should use the precognition here, because if I get on fire and die, that would be bad.
Yeah, because I'm like, how do you grab stuff from a cell you're not on?
I believe you press G. Or... yeah, you can't grab stuff from a cell you're not on. You have to be on it, which is a bit...
So you have to step on the lava?
I have to step on the lava like this. My temperature jumped up to 767. I got this longsword and the weird artifact. Now let's hop off. Get our water. Let's get this water and pour it on our face. 5 drams. Ah, that's better. Our temperature went down 600 degrees. I'm picking up a lot of weird artifacts, and I'm getting overweight, so let's examine some of these. Oh, a missile! That one's a missile. A semiotic pistol. Not bad. This one's a gaslight flissa. That's like... how do I explain it? It's like a lightsaber, but in dagger form. Yes, I know it's a I want to examine it, thank you. Gaslight Chris is... What's the difference between a Flissa and a Chris?
You can look at them.
I'll look at them if I can find them. Here we go, Flissa and Chris. Flissa is... Can cut away steel. It's a thin, terse, undulous beam. I think the Chris counts as a short sword, but the Flissa is the dagger.
An undulous.
That's confusing. I'm overburdened, so let's drop this helmet. I don't need it anyway. And... I'll leave that sword there, because if it survived being in lava so long, it's probably good being in lava. Let's talk to a person that I like. Yes, No, I don't want to go back. Thank you. Here's a friend. Let's take a puff from their hookah before we talk to them. Ah, drugs. This is Lulahart, Hinden Pariah. There's little more to this being than a bundle of spindly limbs, patchy pale green fur, and bone-white skin. The severely mutated deerkin surveys their surroundings with languid eyes, one of Cud's most delicate creatures, living unconcerned among the salt-worn and toughened. They are loved by pariahs, disliked by the villagers of Mrisfera for eating all their fruit, and disliked by the cult of Yarashid II for lighting a beacon fire to warn their enemies. They wield 4 steel daggers at once, and 2 Borderlands revolvers. Let's talk to them. Hold a moment, friend. Are you looking for work? I think we are, yeah. We like working. Lovely. Take a seat. Chew the bark with me, and I will tell you what I know. I've heard tell that my ancestral hometown, Bay La, is in some kind of trouble. They've opened their borders of late, and are significantly seeking to hire kindred. That's their word for outsiders like you, to help them solve some kind of problem. I've never heard of this happening before, so it must be urgent to a degree surpassing any other in my lifetime. This concerns me. Would you be willing to see what they need? I'm Valdura. Who the hell are you? My name is Lulihart. The blood of the Hindran runs through my veins, but 2 of my 3 parents were kindred. So that blood is dilute and salt brined from being born out here. Dilute, salty blood. Let's ask, how do you know about Bela's trouble, if you're all the way over here? My water goes to scouts to keep a distant eye on Bela, to make sure that it is still there, still safe. I have never been within a parasang of my people's land, but I know exactly where the once hidden village stands. I will share this knowledge with you if you agree to consider whatever their request may be. Why do you care? Even blood as thin as mine ties me to this Zervidinian meadow. The Hindran may not say so, but they are my family. Why don't you go there yourself? I'm not welcome in Bela. My blood is not pure, and I was not born in the meadow. These things take my name as salt in the mouths of true Hindran. They are misguided, but they are my misguided family. Very well, I will go to Bela, as you ask. Bless you, friend. I feel better knowing that at least one kindred will reach back to aid my kin. Let me advise you of Bela's location, and here's a little chew boon for your trouble. Yeah. Thank you. Live and drink. Yay, Yonder King. New quest, Petals on the Wind. And we've learned where it is. It should be noted, let me check real quick. It should be noted that Bela changes location every game. It's always in these flower fields, but it changes now and again. It's right here. Last game, I had Bela, like, adjacent to the Grit Gate, like it was just right there. And I thought it was really funny it was so well hidden that no one passing through the Grit Gate ever saw it.
It's just a pretty flower field.
It's just a really big, pretty flower field. Let's have some munchies. Let's eat...
Yeah.
Let's eat the local food, hot and spiny.
Speaking of munchies, I like the deer thing. isn't liked by that one village because they eat all the food.
Yeah. Ooh, heat resist and reflect damage back. That's not bad. Let's preserve some of our fresh food so they stop weighing us down, and preserve yonder cane. Now it's fermented yonder cane and it doesn't take up weight. Let's preserve this horse ring too. There we go. I like the cooking music, it's very nice. Now, let's explore some of these shops. Okay, I know it's a sign. What does it say? Water pipe and rest. And there is a Dromad caravan guard and a convert. Nice. There's like a pig farmer down to the left. Let's go left and go around, because this bazaar reaches all around the stilt. What does this say? Spiced cider. Alright. Don't really need cider. Ooh, there's another acid weep just in the middle of this hookah bar. Just smoking. Smoke lounge. They're just sitting in the middle of it, being hazardous. That's great.
Don't you want to smoke acid?
I want to drop acid. You don't smoke acid, Cobalt. But I will have a smoke with them.
They're trying.
Let's take another puff. Let's take a third one. There we go.
So, like, what kind of container do you need to hold, like, magma or acid?
I believe glass bottles can hold acid. But, like, if I put them into any of my water skins, the water skins would dissolve, I believe.
But, like, what about magma?
You need, like, little files to put lava in. Otherwise, the things set on fire. This is...
Yeah, it sounds hot.
Preserved foods. We don't really need that yet. Preserved foods. Okay, we get it. Finger coats. That's what it is. Gloves. We don't need gloves because we have an artifact pair of gloves. As you'll remember from Carbi Plays Caves of Quid episode 2.5. From the comic book, Carbi Plays Caves of Cud.
These people like smoking. And pigs.
I really like smoking. Schematics! Oh, I was hoping I'd see a schematics vendor.
Oh yeah. I've seen the tinkering stuff.
That's a lot of item mods. I don't really take super high levels in tinkering. Instead, I take enough to get tinkering 1, which lets us mod items, which can be really powerful, like sharp and what I see. Sharp and flex weave are both super good. What the hell's mirror shades? Are those just...
Also, what the heck? This guy doesn't have any cash?
Oh, no. Vendors have basically infinite cash. It just represents by a 0. Let's buy flex weave, sharp, and maybe drum loaded? Yeah, let's take that. If I had higher tinkering, I'd get the Uber Nostrum injector recipe, because Uber Nostrum is super rare. That's the injector that lets you regrow limbs. That's how good it is.
Oh yeah, I think I got one of the starter quests.
One of the starter quests in Joppa guarantees you one.
Okay, yeah, that's where I got it.
Alright, this should satisfy the merchant enough. Yeah, they'll have to give us water. That's fine. Perfect. Can we learn them? Let's see. Nope, not yet. We're gonna have to lug them around until we know how to read them. Schematics Drafter is super important because even if they don't have the schematics you want when you first meet them, they might when you come back and their wares restock. Ooh, armor merchant. This might be useful. Let's trade. Our armor's already super good. Like all this stuff that they offer is crap compared to what we got. Because ours is 3-0, and it's a recycling suit, so it gets us water for free over time. Walking around. What's this?
I was curious why you wanted the bone helmet earlier. Is it just because you want to wear a skull?
No worm skull is super important because one, it's the skull of a cool worm.
Yeah.
Second, it increases your ego by 1. It's wounded because it got damaged in the fire. So right now it's a little fire burnt, but that's fine. It's fine. We're just looking.
Seems like it'd be even cooler.
It looks super cool. I love them, and it increases our ego by 1, which bumped up our ego to 30. It's our highest score. This is a bookbinder. We can buy books and essentially buy knowledge and XP and Schrodinger page. Nary a scholar knows who composes the Annals of Cud or when the chronicling began, but quantitativists devised a way to entangle their own pages with the official ledger, allowing them to insert themselves into the histories in a favorable light. Few such pages remain. If we get this and use it, it gives us reputation with the reputation listed, and it does like a pre-generated history thing about our character that is super cool, so I will be spending a lot of money getting some of these stuff. We need almost 500 drams of water, but look at that, we have some cybernetics wedges. That should help a bit. And sell this implant since we'll never use it. And this one too. That should be enough. Pony up 23 grams of water. That's fine. Got some cool books that I can read later. And a little entertaining thing. Because I'm going to read this. I'm going to entangle this page. If I can find it where they put it. There it is.
Yeah. I didn't realize you could read books. I probably should have tried that.
The books in this game are super good. They're way better than Skyrim. You added the following entry to the Annals of Cud. On the 25th of Nurum Ut, Valdura became admired by the villagers of Sepur for saving one of their young from drowning. Oh, that's nice. It's nice that we... that they think we did that.
What do you mean you did?
No, I didn't. That's what the Schrodinger's page is for.
Well, does it rewrite history, or does it just rewrite history text?
It doesn't change history itself. It changes the book that the history of Cud is written in.
Oh, that's tricky.
That's pretty tricky.
I wasn't sure which one.
They sell hats and caps, but our hat is already super good, so we will pass. Boots here. We could use a good pair of boots. Crocussins. Let's get some crocussins. Probably get chain boots, but I'll think about it. I need to double check our stats, but let's sell... Oh, we have enough water, just buy it. Yep. Put some crocussins on, because they're like leather boots, but crocodile-y. They give us reputation with unshelled reptiles. Reptiles don't like us too much now because we killed some of their favorite people, but these boots should help. This is spicy foods. Pass. Cloaks and capes. Our cape is pretty good, but let's see what they got. Grassy Yermut. That gives us reputation with... No, it doesn't. I thought it gave us reputation with trees. We'll take this basic toolkit. We'll need one of those later. Yep, there you go. Thank you.
And they're cheap.
Toolkits are super cheap. It's always worth to have one because when you disassemble things, the toolkit gives you an extra chance to get the other bits, which is pretty useful. There's a goat farmer, which is weird because the animals are sentient. I don't want to think about it. There's a cloneling over there, which is weird. Clonelings like to go up to other creatures and duplicate them. Mint, smoke, and wine. There's a grenader over here. Maybe we can intercept them before they go to sleep.
What's that text that goes across the screen? Is that people talking?
That's that's the preacher preaching to everyone.
Okay.
So it's like you can't really ignore it. They just say it and it pops up on your screen. See, there it is.
I wasn't sure if that was like psionic stuff, you're just hearing voices or what.
Nah. Oh, they walked into a fractus. That's not smart of them. Ooh, another armorer. Let's see what they got. Nothing that compares to our stuff, because our stuff is super good. But it's worth checking now and again. Alright, let's go down here. We're getting to the end of the bazaar. Grenades. Another armorer. You have anything interesting? No, you don't. No, you don't. Another hookah bar. I can just see by the symbol now that I'm getting to remember them. What else is over here? Is there anything? This might be a shop. Nope, empty house. Okay. One time I got super lucky and there was a Dromad caravan just staying in the bazaar. Which is super good because Dromad caravans can have some good stuff. Don't need any food. We're good, thank you. I do know how to cook. I don't need your help. Well,
I think I met a Dromad caravan at the end of a fungi forest once.
Oh, yeah. This guy sells by the eaters. Have you ever seen so much treasure? They comment as they see me decked head to foot in relics and artifacts. Ooh, that is frying rescued fare with pickles. That's a cookbook. I'll take that. And I wish I had the Corpus Colis, because I'd know what treatment recipes to make, so I'd know what stuff to get. But
he has a glass bottle of lava.
Let's get honey. Yep. Let's get an empty bottle, because then we can put other interesting stuff into it. Maybe a little bit of oil, so we can do the water ritual with robots. Let's not get the lava at the moment. Let's sell some stuff.
Lava sounds dangerous in a glass bottle.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
So that we need maybe just a little bit more. Doop. There we go. Yes. Alright. Let's read this cookbook. Then we can give it to the librarian lady. Spine cucumber wafer baklava. 1 serving of pickles. 1 serving of spine fruit jam. 1 serving of vine wafer sheaf. Whenever you reflect damage, there's a 50% chance you don't thirst for the next 24 hours.
What?
That's interesting. I should note that these recipes are procedurally generated. Serving a pickle, serving star apple chips.
Tricky.
Whenever you salve or Upanursum injector, you don't thirst for the next 24 hours. Okay, I get it. What is this shop? Simples. Oh, an apothecary. Alright, they have something we definitely need. We need this weird artifact. We need... Don't need that. Maybe some yuckweed stem. Oh, just give us the whole yuckweed thing. Maybe some witchwood bark. Why not a little bit of that? There we go. Actually, give us all of it. It's cheap. Just give me that. Let's sell some heavy things, because we need to lighten our load. I usually play big, strong characters that don't have to worry about carrying capacity. It's weird having to worry about it now. What to
Oh yeah, only 180. Wow.
I think this fullerite longsword's pretty heavy, but let's sell this folded carbide. We don't need that. Let's sell... Let's just turn all these copper nuggets in the water, because I think the water is not as heavy.
Water's pretty heavy.
Water is pretty heavy, though. That might be a bad idea. Doop. What? These guns might be heavy. Yeah, these guns have some weight, have some oomph to them. Let's sell that one. Yes. You're not wrong about water being heavy, because that water did slow us down. This is, as you will see, spray bottle. We need that for the fungal remedy. Oh, witchwood bark is heavy. Let's do a little thing. Let's... Can't. And then... Preserve.
We have 10 of them.
Let's preserve some of these duckweed stems. Let's preserve 5 of them. Yep. Oh, that marks the end of this episode. Today we looked out a bunch of shops.
We went shopping.
We went shopping a little bit. I have to dump some of this really heavy stuff, then come back for it later. But we'll deal with that on the next episode of Carbi Plays Caves of Could. I think I know what the button is to stop recording. So we'll see you next time.